Warcraft and Assassin's Creed are the two video game movies that are going to be the deciding factor of whether or not the video game movies are going to continue on or they're just going to stay down on the ground. So, Warcraft is out. Let's hope that this is at least a good start for that. Warcraft. So Warcraft is an adaptation from the video games of the Warcraft franchise, the popular online games. And I gotta say, I enjoyed Warcraft, even though there were issues with the film. First off, let me talk about some of the positives. For one, the visual effects in this film are outstanding. The thing that I was worried about was that I was gonna be looking at one of the orcs and I was gonna be like, that just doesn't look right, it just looks off. But the orcs look amazing. The orcs, the way they look, the expressions on their face, the amazing attention to detail on their skin. The set pieces are beautiful. There is a lot of thought and care that went into designing these sets. Visually, the film is beautiful to look at because the cinematography as well is great. And the acting was pretty good from everybody. Travis Fimmel, who was the main character of this film, Lothar, he did a pretty good job in this film. I really liked him as the lead. Ben Foster was really good too. I liked his character. And since this film deals with sorcery and magic, they looked really cool, and I really liked his character. There was a lot of backstory that I really wanted to know from this character. Paula Patton's character, Garona, she was really cool in this film, and she was at times really badass. I was like, yeah, you don't want to mess with her. And Toby Kebbell as Dorotan was great. Toby Kebbell's an amazing actor. For those of you guys who don't know who Toby Kebbell is, he was the guy who played Koba in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He was Dr. Doom from the Fantastic Four film, but he is a really good actor, and he really kills it as Dorotan, as this orc. He brought up a lot of emotion to this role, and he was great as the lead. There were times like, man, if this was not Toby Kebbell, I'm not sure I can really buy into this character or really care for this character, because Toby Kebbell invokes a lot of emotion to his role, and the motion capture from everybody else from the film who worked on the orcs was really well done. And one of the things I really like from this film is that, considering like how I said for Dorotan and some of the orcs, my biggest worry was like, I'm not gonna care for these orcs. If they die, I don't care. But for some of these orcs, especially Dorotan, they really do a good job in developing his character and making you care for what happens with his family. It's like, that's a really good job, Same cannot be said for some of the human characters, but they're able to do a good job for some of the characters. And the action scenes were really well done. Duncan Jones, again, he's a great director, was able to pull off these great action set pieces, and you're just in awe, like, wow, this is really well done. Especially when you have the humans and the orcs, these CGI characters blend well together. It doesn't look off at all. And now it's time to get into some of the negatives. For one, I think the biggest problem with this film for me is that since I've never played the Warcraft games, which is the majority of the audiences, you're going to be kind of lost. For me, the thing that I noticed I was really lost was in the first 30 minutes, because they're bringing up all these terms that I'm not familiar with, and they're talking about like all this backstory, like the other realms. I was like, okay, what's going on? So you have to pay really close attention to what they're saying, and that at times kind of sets you off from the film. It's like, what are they talking about? It takes a while for you to understand. And by the end of the film, maybe once I go see it a second time, maybe we could understand what was going on. But by the end of the film, there's still some things you're left wondering, okay, what do they mean by that? And this film was definitely made for Warcraft fans, which is nothing wrong with that at all. But the thing that the film should have done is that for newcomers, to get them into this world, ease them into it, not just throw them in the middle of it. And the story is very convoluted at times. There are times like, okay, what is the main goal? What is the main purpose? Why are they doing this? And that at times gets very frustrating, because I really want to know what's going on. And sometimes you're lost. They're going to these places and you're like, what is going on? What does this mean? Who are they? And the pacing of the film varies at times. Sometimes it's at a very good pace. Sometimes it's slow, or it goes too quick. It's rushy. It's like, wait, develop this scene quick. So the pacing is off at times. And also too, there wasn't a lot of development for some of the other characters. For example, like Travis Fimmel's character Lothar. I wish there was more depth to his character so I can be like, yeah, I really am going for this guy. But even with those issues that I have with the film, I still enjoyed Warcraft, and I'm going to give Warcraft a B-. This is a film that I actually recommend for everybody to see. But the thing that worries me is that since this film is made for Warcraft fans, again, nothing wrong with that. They're going to understand everything that's happening in the film. But people who haven't played the games, this might actually scare them away from seeing it. Not horrify them, but make them not want to see it because they don't know what's going on. They'll be like, I don't know what's going on. I never played the game, so I just skip it. Which I don't want to happen, because by the end of the film, I want to see more of this. This has the potential to be a great franchise because it has that Lord of the Rings feeling to it. Honestly, by the end of it, I'm like, man, I want to know more backstory. I want to learn more about the mythology of Warcraft. I want to see future installments. So I actually recommend everybody to go see this film. Just make sure when you go see the film, if you haven't played any of the Warcraft games, just make sure you pay close attention to it, because if you like turn your head for a quick second, you might miss something. So guys, that was my review for Warcraft. What did you guys think of the film? Did you guys like it or you guys didn't like it? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day.